Happy Friday. Happy Friday. What's up, people? If you're just coming in, tap the screen. I wanted to say hi to people. See how you're doing. Hi, Alex. I'm going to give one person a free reading, but if you want to tap the screen and say hi and tell me where you're from, hopefully it can be somebody I can bring on because I don't have a moderator and I am doing a fun filter today. Hi, Kim. What's up, Buttercup? I just thought I would gift a free reading. I think someone needs it. CT. Hi. What's CT? Is that Connecticut? Hi, Fafa. Is it Fafa? If you guys didn't know this, a full moon is coming. Connecticut, hey. And it's our second full moon of this month. And Kim, my moderator, and I were just saying, whew, we've had some funky energy. So up your self-care once again. I did want to pull this on if Elena comes on. Kim saying, it's so cold. I know. So Elena, if we can pin your comment. If you're not following Elena, please do, you guys. I'm going to gift somebody with a free reading today. I feel like I was sent here. I'm having a lot of activity in my house. Oh, yeah. So really quick, Elena makes the most beautiful cards. And I bought my Christmas cards already. I know it's Halloween. We shouldn't be thinking about Christmas yet because we have some people who really want to honor Halloween first. But these are the most beautiful cards. Look at the detail. So, my friends, my TikTok family followers, if you need cards for somebody, right? Nikki says those are so stunning. Please go to Elena's TikTok page. It will take you to her Instagram page that will take you to her Etsy shop. I know those are 2 clicks, but please do this in lieu of buying your cards from like CVS or something. You'll be helping somebody who's, you're welcome, Elena, very much in need of the support for her small business. She is a single mom raising her daughter. So this is a way that you can support somebody. So if you're thinking of supporting somebody over the holidays and really giving them a gift back, you can do that by a double whammy. You can purchase your cards from Elena. Hi, Diane. And so you can pin your comment again, Elena. So Elena hi, Isaac, is the designer of these cards. If you are needing any kinds of cards, please go to Elena Hopkins right there on TikTok. There we go. And double click on her TikTok and then it will take you to her Instagram, which will then again take you over to where you can purchase these beautiful cards. I purchased these cards from her. This is not a paid sponsorship. She's a single parent mom and I wanted to help her out over the holidays. So not only will you be purchasing cards for somebody over the holidays, but you'll also be giving back to a single parent mom. So I highly encourage that. If you have a business and your boss needs to send out cards, please refer your company to Elena. I would love to see that. There we go. And that's her Etsy shop. Screenshot it if you must. And I will be making a TikTok about that later. You're welcome. So my energy's kind of jittery. I wanted to come on here to see if there was somebody I could bring on for a reading who has not got a reading from me before. I know I've offered free readings for people. You sent it to Miss KK because she loves art and painting. Thank you. And this would be somebody, so put a heart in the comment. It would be better if I can bring you on live, I'm feeling, for some reason. Okay, hold on one second. I think I can pull you on, so I'm going to pick Elizabeth. Thank you guys for being here. And just let me know if you're coming on, Elizabeth, so I can hear. seems like a lot easier if I'm able to bring you on. I don't know if that's working. Hi, Teresa. Did that work? Elizabeth,
Hi.
can you hear me, sweetie?
I
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Happy Friday. I thought I would just come on here and give one of my followers a reading. So I just do this from time to time, and I was feeling kind of jumpy and antsy. So I always know I'm going to be guided to the person that the spirits on the other side want me to talk to. But thank you for being here. And have you ever gotten a reading from a medium before?
I have.
Yeah, you're
Um,
quite intuitive yourself, actually.
I am.
Hmm. So, being a psychic medium, I'm going to pull someone in that's on the other side. And I don't know if you have somebody who's on the other side that's like you're their namesake, or do you have a daughter?
Me and my daughter both have Antoinette in our name, and we're after my grandmother. Her
Yep.
name's Antoinette.
And she's crossed?
Yes.
Yep. Because I just heard namesake, and then they said mention her daughter. And I was like, okay. So I was like, it's either you or your daughter. So can I just tell you, I get chills when this person comes through. This was a lady whose life wasn't without hardships, but she is proud of herself for the legacy that she left behind, and this feeling of no matter what happens, don't give up. Does that make sense to you when I say that?
Yes, it does.
Yes. And a strong woman of like, just in general faith. I don't know if she was super religious or she was just spiritual. I'll see it the same. But you could not tell this woman no. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, she was very proud, like you said.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
and especially if it was, well, you can't do that without a man. You can't do that. You're a woman. She would be like, I run this household. Let me tell you. Do you know what I
Oh,
mean?
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And she just reminds me of my big fat Greek wedding. So I don't know if you're Greek too.
I'm not, but that's
But
so funny. She was always in the kitchen and, she just the mama, the very strong personality.
very
Um,
strong. And she says the line from my big fat Greek wedding where it's like, yes, the man's the house, but the woman's the neck, and we show the head which way to turn. It's like, yes, the man's the head of the household, but we're the neck, and we show the head which way to turn. And she starts laughing.
oh my
But
gosh. That sounds just like her. Oh my gosh.
right? Yeah. And I don't know if you guys kind of have a little bit of an accent. I'm from originally from Nebraska. I've moved to California, so now I live in Oregon, so I feel like I don't notice my accent anymore. But I don't know if you guys come from a place where they say yes ma'am or you or y'all, but I
Oh,
almost want to start saying that right now.
absolutely. We say y'all, we're Louisiana.
Yep. That would be it. Because I keep hearing, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I was like that. And you all need to know. Like, I feel like I'm going to start talking like that.
That's so funny.
I know, right? I'll just start to, yes, I understand. Yes, I understand that too. Thank you so much. I'll start to literally channel like accents where they're from, start craving things that they used to make. And she showed me this 3 times. It's not a pumpkin pie. Say that again. You guys would call it sweet. Do you make her recipe of sweet potato pie?
Oh my gosh, that was her favorite. At Thanksgiving, she loved sweet potato pie.
Mhm. Isn't that amazing?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
She literally just said y'all and yes ma'am. So she's telling me where you're from and the accent there. And then I saw the pie and I was like, that's a pumpkin pie. And she goes, no ma'am, that's a
Sweet
sweet potato
potato.
pie.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
she's just so proud of it. She said, I tried to show people how to make it and they said it tastes different every time. And that's because I just had a recipe, but I would add a little bit here and there. If cinnamon wasn't as strong as it is in the store and they didn't make it right for some reason, I'd had to add some more. So she just, nobody could ever make it like how she would make it because she would taste it as she goes. So she did have a recipe, but it would be like, and sometimes I add a little this. Do you know, understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Wow.
people are like, am I making it wrong? Did she give us the wrong recipe? Like, what is going on?
Oh my gosh. She made bundt cakes a lot too, and she
Yeah.
never really went by a recipe. She just kind of, it's like she remembered it and she would just, I know what I'm doing type of attitude.
Yeah, that's it. And that would be why she brought up My Big Fat Greek Wedding too, because that was a big part in there where they're like, it's a bundt cake. And they're like, there's a hole in it. Do you know what I mean? They're like,
Oh
we'll
my
fix it.
gosh,
We'll put a pie in
yes.
it. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a bundt cake. I just
It's a
love that.
I want to go watch that movie now. It's been
hmm
years.
So
Wow.
there's something similar. Like sometimes people are Greek, sometimes they're like there's a thing it's like Italian and then there's it's called Basque. I think I'm saying that right. Um I think it's called Basque. I have a friend named Tony. His whole family was from Eugene, Oregon, and the whole town was like the same nationality. They grew up with their first cousins and second cousins, and she keeps showing me that for some reason. So I don't know if the town she grew up in, everybody knew each other. Like it was rare for people to move out or something.
She grew up in Alabama and moved to Louisiana, but all of her siblings are still in Alabama, like all of them.
That's it. She says she's like, they don't do this anymore, but when you would look through the yellow pages, you would see our last name. She kept just showing that. And nobody's Basque. It's like Portuguese, Italian. I think I'm saying it right. Maybe the chat can help. I think it's like Basque. I might not be saying it right. When I channel, I feel like I'm not saying the word right, but I just keep seeing that meaning in that community. Yes, I will tell her that. Thank you. So they're
Hello.
showing me my mom when she grew up. And when my mom grew up in the town where she was, everybody was Polish in that town, like everybody.
Hmm.
So wherever your grandmother's from Alabama,
Hmm.
everybody was that. Do you know what I mean? So
Yes.
there's a
Yes.
certain part of like, I didn't know other people. Oh yeah, here she says it's European, French, or Spanish. It's like Basque. Thanks, Gail. I knew
Wow.
the chat
Wow.
would come through.
Okay.
And so they keep showing me my friend Tony Mariotta. Yeah, Basque, Basque origin. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. I love this. So, and you guys might be asking me about someone who's passed away. I'm just on here trying to give her a reading. So if you just can hold on a second, I'll get right to you. But thanks, chat. So the basic thing is like, yes, I understand. So she's making me feel like when I grew up, I was very sheltered and naive because I went to school with cousins, first cousins, second cousins. I thought everybody knew each other. I thought everybody was this nationality. And there was something about her as she got older. I can see her being the odd man out and
Hmm.
wanting to go somewhere else. And that's again like My Big Fat Greek Wedding, where Tula wants to go do something else. And her dad's like, people will make you do drugs. Do you know what I mean? So
Yes.
that must have taken a lot of courage from her. And her family must have been very worried about her, which is why she brings that up. And then that's also when she was telling me that nobody could tell her no.
Yeah, that is so right. That
Do you
is
understand?
so nail on the head.
Yeah. And she keeps going back to that. Now, I don't know if she used to make you quilts or if you have some in her sewing items, but I feel like I'm being drawn to a sewing room. Does that make sense to you when I say that?
Yes. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. I have a blanket of hers.
hmm Yes.
She really liked to just sit with her blankets on her too. Like she always had a blanket on her.
hmm
And
I can smell, yeah, I can
her
almost,
mom would sew a lot, and she was born in the 20s, so I mean, very, very long time ago. She was 28 was when she was born, 1928.
wow.
Yeah. That's
So
crazy.
she's got a lifetime of knowledge. I almost smell her. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. When you walk in her house, when we come back, my mom lives where she lives now. My mom took over the house that she grew up in. And when we come home, we smell like it. We smell like her. We smell like the house.
That's what I'm feeling too. And I feel like this woman always had her little powder. Do you know what I mean? It's so, that's
Yeah.
a smelling. I feel it smells like clean and just powder because sometimes they'll show me the fragrance of it. And
Yeah,
that's
she
what
had
I
a
feel.
powder that smelled like a perfume almost. It was like the setting. I don't know. We don't use it now, but I used to go in her bathroom and just look through her cabinet, and she had that little almost cardboard like circular box, and it was just like a setting powder, like white, and it smelled so good.
It does, but not like overbearing. So usually somebody's like, I wore white shoulders. I'm like, oh, it's a little bit sometimes strong. But this is a very, so when I'm smelling her, it's almost like, yeah, go back to, I always equate this smell to my kids had that book when they were younger called Pat the Bunny book. I don't know if
Yeah.
you've ever seen that book.
Yes, I
And
have.
in the flowers that you scratch and sniff, it's like a light powder. It almost reminds me of that,
Yeah.
so it's not overbearing. So just know I felt with great urgency to come on and give somebody a free reading. So if there
Interesting.
must be something where it's like someone's birthday's coming up, anniversary's coming up, or you did not get to say goodbye to her because she immediately was like namesake, and then she pointed to you, and then she said daughter. So see how she's already coming through, showing so many things, um, showing her valid, you valid evidence that she's still alive in spirit. And boy, did she have a strong spirit. And with this spirit, I understand, I'll tell her that you must be in a quandary lately about what you want to do if you have an idea, but you're trying to play it safe and you don't know if it's going to work out, because she's making me feel like you were meant for something bigger, and that's not a conceited thing, and you're not full of yourself when you say that. If you just have this feeling, sweetheart, in your heart where you're like, I feel like I'm born for something else, I just don't know what it is. Is this making any sense to you when I say that?
Wow, I was talking to myself on the way home from work just now and basically telling myself what you're saying right now, how some will think, oh, she's full of herself or she thinks she's better than, and that's not what it is. Like I've been going through this journey, if you will, and that the fact that I was just saying that on the way home.
Yeah. And here I was like, okay, I have company in. I probably shouldn't go live today. And I heard with great urgency, go live, do it right now. Almost like, and it was like bouncy energy. You know, when you drink too much caffeine and you haven't eaten, it was like that. And I said, okay, I'm going to go on. You're just going to guide me to the right person. And even Vic and people are commenting saying, oh my gosh, I'm crying. This is amazing. I can't believe this. So as you're receiving this reading and we're sharing the messages back and forth, with your big heart and messages, you're actually helping and um, comfort others, because as they watch your reading, they're like, well, if her grandmother is alive in spirit and helping her and she has a dream, maybe my relatives are with me. So that's why I do what I do, especially the comfort that it brings to somebody like you. Do you know what I mean? At the right time, like you, it's almost like it's one thing to know in your heart that I'm going to do something bigger. It's another thing when you're the first in your family, she's telling me, and she knows because she was the first and her family to do a lot too. She said you almost need gumption and a cup of courage. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, yes. I'm
Yeah.
definitely the black sheep, and it's kind of lonely right now because, people don't really, they just don't get it. But
Yeah.
yeah, this is wild.
Mhm. Well, you're here to do something wonderful, and she wants me to share with you. I only talk about myself in your reading if it's going to help you a little bit. And I went through a lot of like back-to-back losses, and then I went through an unwanted divorce. I'm fine now, but at the time it was really devastating. And on top of that, then my dog passed away. I thought, this is a country song if I ever heard one. Do you know what I mean? I was like,
Right.
and I do this for a living, so what am I doing wrong that things are falling apart? And I started just writing in my journal, and they said sometimes you're doing all the right things and it feels like wrong things are happening. So you're just going through a bit of a clearing. And after that
Mhm.
change for me, that was the catalyst for me to start Peace dash Serenity is my business where I do the readings, and it put me on a path of writing. So I've written 4 children's books since then, and a book called I Am Home, which I never thought that I would do, but I'm such a storyteller and I have more stories that I want to tell. Do you know what I mean?
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. And I always say, and I'm dyslexic, so if I can do this, anybody can do this. So I know the feeling of getting a feeling in your heart that you're going to do something bigger. And I feel like a lot of us, including you and myself, feel like we're the black sheep of the family. But if you look to anybody who started a new idea, they usually were the rebel. And I think that's why your grandmother's coming through today, because she's like, I didn't get where I was in my life. And she had a great life, she says. And she left a good legacy behind, because this woman was kind, kind. Like, she just was a helper. You needed something, she was going to be there. And she makes me feel like when she met friends, they became part of her family. And you're like,
Absolutely.
yeah, and you're a lot like her. Do you
I
know what I
am.
mean?
I am.
Hmm. Yeah, a rebel without a cause. She says, you have a cause. And so sometimes we don't know why we're having this dream from spirit or God, whoever you believe in. I don't define that for people, but I know there's a higher loving source around you giving you information to whisper to you, go forward, work on this idea, invent this idea. And sometimes it's like, don't be afraid to shine bright. Do you know what I mean? And just a side note, I know I'm rambling, but I have to share this part with you. There's this thing that Oprah had said a long time ago, like, don't be afraid to, you want to have the friends with you that would ride in the bus, not only the limo, but in the bus. And I agree with that statement. But we also want the people that would ride the bus to be okay with riding in a limo.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yes. No, that
Yeah.
makes that I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. It's okay to rise. She keeps saying rise above, sweetheart. Right above. I don't know if she would call you pumpkin. I feel like I need to call you peanut or pumpkin or something. Peanut butter picked a pickled pepper. No, I'm just kidding. But I just feel like I need to tell you, like, dumpling or pumpkin. I want to call you something. Do you know? I almost want to call you a food.
Well, she always said pumpkin for my sisters. So my mom is actually visiting my sister right now. This is her daughter, my mom. They left this morning to go to Washington State, and my sister, we always joke that her little dog is with grandmama now because she called her Pumpkinhead.
That's it. I see. I was like, pumpkin dumpling? Now she's making me hungry, Alma. Which one is it, Grandma? Little apple pie? Like, what are we calling her?
Not me. It's not what she called me, but she always called my sister's dog Pumpkinhead because she was a
Mhm.
little chihuahua that was born with like a big head.
Right. And
Um,
there's not a coincidence that she would bring that up, even if she didn't call you that, but was
mhm.
like, you need to bring this up because
Yeah,
that was a nickname for somebody. And it was
yeah.
very sincere that it was like, I feel like I need to say pumpkin. Do you understand? So it's not a
Hmm.
coincidence. Even if she didn't call you that directly, it
Yeah.
would be like a way that any validation that they can give for you. It's like they ate red licorice every day. I'm like, okay, I don't know why you're showing me that and not like how you passed away or your birthday or the day or your street sign, but they're going to show us things that define them. Do you understand?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And I don't know if it was her or her husband that was really it's not root beer, it was actually, say it again. You know how they put sassafras in root beer?
No.
Yeah, it's like root beer, but it's like a heavier kind of root beer. I don't know how to describe it. Just write it down. If they're showing me it for a reason.
Okay.
Someone liked root beer, but it was a darker root beer. It reminds me of like um molasses. Sassafras is kind of like it's like as thick as molasses, kind of. I don't know how to describe. I'm not doing a good job. Yeah.
She used to not buy the root beer. She would buy the stuff, the concentrate that you would like make your own. Yeah.
Everybody's saying it's called, thank you guys, it's called sarsaparilla.
Sarsaparilla. I'm gonna write that down.
And she would make, what are the chances I'm seeing something heavier than root beer and it's thicker? And you're like, well, she wouldn't buy store-bought. She would make, and it was this thick concentrate. I'm like, yep.
And I
Sweetheart.
don't that my mom told me that I didn't we found a bottle of it in her kitchen like a year ago, but I wouldn't have remembered what the name of it was, but she told me that story that she's like, and it was so gross because it wasn't carbonated, but it was, cheap.
Mhm. She's like, I loved it. I never had a problem with it.
Yeah, she liked it.
Yeah.
Of course
I
she liked
think
it.
the chat is so great. They're like, we'll look it up for you. So I always feel like when people come on here, it's a game show because now we're like, oh, take some time. We're going to play trivia. And it's like, dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun. Does anybody know what the concentrated additive in root beer is? And they're like, yes.
Sarsaparilla. That is so funny.
I know. So see how this is strong evidence of her showing I needed to talk to her today. Julie, get on that TikTok. I need to give her a message. Head up, shoulders back. You're different from your family. That's not a bad thing. Don't let your family or yourself, because there's this feeling of like wanting to get along with people. And when people are
Hmm.
intuitive, they're also empaths and a little bit of like, I call it like people pleasers, but I'm not
Yeah.
saying that to you in a bad way. It's just
No,
you
I know what
don't
you
like fighting with people, right?
mean. Go along
Yeah.
to get along, but I, you know, kind of stopped doing that recently, and
Hmm.
it has pushed some people away,
Hmm.
but not in
That's
a
what I,
but in a loving way. Like I'm just like this is just, like this is a good thing, I'm not just saying what you want anymore.
yes, good job. It's taken you a long time to get there, they said, but you're there. And just so you know, she's behind you 100%. Any idea that you have that you want to do that's going to bring your heart joy, whether it's creating something, inventing something, writing a book, whatever it is, sweetheart, just to do it. You don't need permission. It's going to make me cry. You don't need permission from anybody else.
Aw.
You don't need permission. You almost want an okay. She's like, you got my permission. I'm giving you the 1, 2, 3, go. So if you see 1, 2, 3, and you look at the clock and it's 1, 2, 3, 4 or whatever, 12:34, she's telling you 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, go. Like
Yes.
we sometimes don't want to start an idea until it's perfect, and I can tell you it won't be perfect. If I would have
Yep.
waited until I could give readings perfect, I would have never done it. I've made so many mistakes, but my heart has always been in the right place. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sweetheart, you've got this. You're the reason I came on today.
Oh my gosh.
You are. The love from her and your love for her, your love for you and your love for her is immense, I have to tell you.
Yeah, it's funny because I feel like I connected with her more after she passed than, I mean, not that I wasn't close with her before, obviously I was, but I've definitely connected with her a lot since, and I feel her around me all the time. I do. So
Yeah.
this is amazing.
She's beautiful, sweetheart. This woman, I can tell you, she's just a kick. She just, I don't know how to describe her other than she was a force to reckon with. And you don't tell her no. We're not saying no to her. If she said it, it's like, oh, I'm sorry. Was there a confusion? I didn't ask you. I told you that's what I needed. So don't sass me and tell me no. You're going to go up and do it. Do you know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, to a T.
I know. I just get this. And like, do your job and do it all the way through. If you're a janitor, clean that toilet, do it right. Do you know what I mean? Don't sign up for something if you're not going to do it right. That was her pet peeve. You don't have to be perfect. Just finish the job. Keep your promises. And she says that you're like that. And she said, you got to write the definition of who you are. You've got to rewrite that, sweetheart. You've got to rewrite it, darling. like I'm all over the place, or I'm too sensitive, or I'm too this. No, I'm wonderful, and sensitivity is my superpower. And I don't know what I'm going to be doing yet, but I'm going to pray for courage that whatever dream that comes to my heart, whatever visions I start to see, I'm just going to follow it. I'm going to make the promise that I'm going to follow it. I'm going to have gumption. Do you know what I mean? She's trying to help you believe in yourself.
Wow. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here, sweetheart. You're absolutely beautiful. Try to change that self-talk. You're doing a good job so far. I feel like an old pattern is still there where we think we're the imposter or the self-saboteur comes in.
Oh my
Just,
gosh, I've said don't sabotage for this past week so many times. Don't sabotage. Don't sabotage yourself.
yeah. And
So
we can always like change that too. Hi, Marissa. We can always also change it, sweetie, to saying like, um, that's an old pattern, and
uh-huh.
I'm gonna move forward and finish things now. And just a side note,
Yes.
one thing that I did not know, and it was the best advice anybody gave me, is that working on too many ideas at one time is self-sabotaging. So I need to tell that to you because I can just see it. So just one thing at a time, keep it simple. It feels like it's going to move slow. You're the Energizer Bunny. You're used to things moving fast. Let it move slow and steady. You
Mhm.
want that. You don't want fast and furious for this at the beginning. Then when it has some solid foundation and you're learning to ask for help and you have some helpers and people around you that you can trust, that's when you can go forward. Okay.
Wow. Thank you so much. That resonates so much. You have no idea.
Welcome. Well, thank you for being here. This is recorded on the app, hopefully, and I'll repost it over on my YouTube channel. So if you're like, oh, I forgot something, whatever it was, I'll replay it over there. Okay.
Thank you so much. Yeah,
Thank
I can't
you.
wait to connect more with you in the future. I'm going to go check out your YouTube and yeah, this is so exciting. I'm going to
Thank
go journal
you.
now.
Oh, thank you. I'm so excited. And anybody for you, Elizabeth, or anybody watching, this is my website is peace-serenity, but you can also just double click there and it will take you right to my site. For some reason, Linktree is not working. So if you go here and you go to Instagram, then you can go and look at like my Linktree.
Perfect.
All right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, sweetheart. Have a great day.
You too.
All right. Bye now. I don't know if I'm doing this right. I think we are. There we go. There we go. Thank you guys for being here. I do have family in town. I can answer a couple questions and then I'm going to get going to spend time with family. But I'm glad that her reading helped so many of you. I felt an urgency, right, Elena, to come on. And so some of you wanted readings. Take the information that her grandmother was giving you because I don't believe in coincidences. And you're welcome, Elizabeth, and I'm going to follow you back. And everybody in here, there's there's a reason. Oh, I don't know why I can't follow you back. There's a reason why you're in here listening to this message at the time you are. And just a quick note, because I know this is going to happen. If another account follows you and messages you that they want to give you a reading, and it's Julie Talks to Angels for or anything else, that's not me. Whenever in doubt, there are some scam people around here. Double click here. Look how many followers I have. I have 46,000 beautiful of you followers. The scam account I'm concerned about is up to 1,000. So when they message you, please block them and report them and send that to me so that I can share that as well. I wish I could give everybody a reading in here. If you're following me, I just come on at random and give free readings to people. And I do this so that you guys know that when your loved ones cross over, their bodies dissipate, but their spirit is very much still alive. And this is, I can channel their love for you and your love for them. And once I remove myself from the reading, that energy of love is still around you guys. So as much as I love getting readings from mediums myself, you don't need a medium to talk to your loved ones. And if you want a private reading, you can go to my website here. I will be having some flash sales and specials. So you want to make sure you watch out for that. And if you're looking for my books, I have children's books also, but I have this book called I Am Home. I know it's on here backwards, but this is available on Kindle and Amazon, and it's called I Am Home, and my full name is Julie Dart. So you can find it there. Okay. Thank you guys so much for being here. I do have a couple openings still for the rest of October. I think I have 4 more private reading openings. I probably will be going live on here to do mini readings tomorrow, and those are usually with a $50 donation via Venmo. Again, if someone messages you after this reading or even beyond, and they're telling you that they have a message for you and they want you to Venmo them, that's not me. I will never do that, okay? This is my only account. It's Julie Talks to Angels, no numbers, no added letters, and I have 46,000 followers. Thank goodness. It's 46 beautiful people. So when in doubt, if it's a scam account, go and look how many followers they have. And again, just know, I can just keep repeating this, that's not me, okay? I'll never reach out to you and DM you and tell you I have a message for you, okay? Hi, Madeline. I wish I could do a reading for everybody right now. I'm just going to pull back. I do have family members in, but I felt a great urgency to come on and give that reading today. If you're interested in receiving a reading, I will be going live sometime tomorrow, and I will post that here, okay? Thank you guys for following me. Thank you for tuning in. Elizabeth, thank you for letting me channel for you today. And you guys keep believing in yourself. Your dreams are important. They're in your hearts for a reason, okay? All right, you guys have a good day.